I'm Lawrence Cherney, founding Artistic Director of Soundstreams. Welcome to the Insider Program, an insider's look at upcoming programming at Soundstreams. I'm joined by composer and performer Adam Scime. Adam has been for some years the music director of our annual Electric Messiah. Welcome, Adam, and I'd like to ask you to tell us just a little bit about your own background.
Sure. Thanks, Lawrence. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so as you mentioned, I'm a composer living in Toronto. I moved to Toronto in 2009 to start a doctorate at the University of Toronto. And I'm also active as a performer, music director, as you mentioned. So active in the music community here in Toronto, and very happy to be back. I think this is my fifth year with Electric Messiah, so very happy to be back with the project.
Well, we're so glad to have you back. And thank you for reminding me. I was trying to remember how many years you've done it, and I think you're right. It would be really interesting to get your reflections on the evolution of the project. It had a certain formation when you first joined us, but it has changed and been reimagined many times since. Could you just give us a little bit of a sense of what those changes have been?
Sure. There's been quite a bit. For those who have seen the project at the Drake Underground over the years, I think audience members would agree that there's been quite a progression over the years. But in the first year of the show, I was just an audience member coming to the Drake Underground and witnessing Kyle Brender's great arrangements and vision for the project. It started off as something quite different from what it is now. I think in the first year there was even a laptop orchestra and the element choir and all sorts of fun things. And we've really taken it in a new direction, and it really has been sculpted by the artists involved. And so we've brought some different artists in over the years, different instrumentalists, cast members, singers. And I think one of the great things about the project is that we allow the voices of those artists to bring their own voice to sculpt the project. And so it has to change as a byproduct when you give those artists leeway to express themselves in certain ways. And I think that's one of the most exciting things about the Electric Messiah is that we give everyone equal collaborative footing, as it were.
I wonder if you could say a few words in that context about some of the new elements that are coming in to the production this year.
Absolutely. I think one of the most exciting things is that for the first time since I've been on the project, we've asked a composer to write a new piece. So Ian Cussin has composed a new piece, O Death, O Grave. So he's taken the text and written his own music set to that text, and it's quite a beautiful, haunting piece, and I can't wait to see what imagery will be created alongside the music, and really have to thank Ian for creating a very substantial piece for the project. We have Tea Kashahara coming onto the project, and they have brought an incredible new inspiration to the piece He Was Despised. He Was Despised has been one of the movements that's changed the most over the years. We've had Elizabeth Shepard and Aviva Chernik doing all sorts of different things with that piece, and this year Taya brings something completely different with some looping pedals. So we like to try new things each year, so this year is no different.
You have always played a role as a composer in this, not only between some of the arias, but you've added sound elements in various places throughout the work. Could you comment a little bit on how you decided what to do and where?
Sure. I think the reason that I started to bring some of my own sounds into the project came about because we decided in the first year that we needed to tighten the show up a little bit and really bring a cohesive feel to the evening. And one of the ideas I had was to create some sound design in between the movements, and that evolved over the years, and that became more and more of an integral part of the project. And it's evolved to the point where there's some more extended moments of my own arrangements. This year, again, another new element is a new introduction to the Hallelujah Chorus that I've written. So again, it changes every year. It depends on what the needs are from year to year, and that can be defined by the staging, the pacing of the theatrical element of the project from year to year. So the demands of what the evening needs or what the piece needs from year to year have sort of sculpted what I bring to the project in terms of my own compositional voice.
In just a moment, we're going to hear an excerpt from Electric Messiah that was just recorded. I'd like to thank you, Adam, for joining us. We're looking forward so much to the broadcast on December 17th, and it will be available after that time. Could you say just a few words about what we're about to hear?
Well, the Hallelujah Chorus is probably one of the most recognizable parts of the Messiah. You hear it all over the place in shopping malls and just about anywhere possible. It's very familiar to the ear. And I wanted to see what I could do to just deconstruct it a little bit. I've always been very fascinated with the listening experience, and I do a lot of reading about how we listen and what contexts. What is the difference between attentive listening as opposed to passive? And I just thought that I could offer just something a little bit different. And so I wrote a little bit of an introduction just to bolster the arrival of the top of the movement, just to give it a little bit more intrigue, I guess you could say.
Thank you again, composer Adam Scime and music director of Electric Messiah. Now we'll hear a little bit of your reimagining of the famous Hallelujah Chorus.
Hallelujah, ya, 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 ya. Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. Halle, halle, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.